It's the champ, Shannon the Cannon, two-time heavyweight champion of the world. And you're watching Sports Icons. Subscribe. Let's go, champ. Let's go, champ. Let's go, champ. Champ.
Right, so the former cruiserweight and heavyweight world champion, the Haymaker David Haye, is set to make a ring return on September the 11th in Los Angeles on the Oscar De La Hoya versus Victor Belfort undercard. And David Haye, he's going to be taking on Joe Fournier. Now, Joe Fournier is 9-0, 9 knockouts at light heavyweight. Now, this fight will apparently be at heavyweight, so already Joe is going to be at a huge disadvantage. Now, what's interesting about this fight, if we can call it that, is the fact that these guys are actually friends, apparently. So why are they fighting? Well, Joe Fournier, he says that David Haye is way past it. David Haye, his decline is his rise. Now, Joe Fournier, he's an entrepreneur, doesn't need to fight, but he does it because he likes fighting. So you do have to give him a lot of respect. But, of course, he does have a pretty big blemish on his resume where he got banned for, 4.5 years for drug use. What drugs they were, I have absolutely no idea. But he does, but of course he was still fighting in other states. But of course he fights predominantly abroad in places like Belgium and whatever else. But is it an interesting fight? No, this is a fight that David Haye won't even need to train for. David Haye could have an Achilles problem like he did with Tony Bellew in the first fight and still beat Joe Fournier. But David Haye will probably carry him. This is just another one of those, and it's not even an exhibition fight. By the way, this will actually go on their record. So David Haye currently 28 wins, 4 defeats. He wins this one, he'll go 29 wins and 4 defeats. So it is somewhat of a comeback, but he says it's not a comeback to get back into the mix of the heavyweight division and start calling out Anthony Joshua and Dillian Whyte, Tyson Fury, and etc., etc. He says it's not all about that, but what it is about making money, isn't it? Now, we are in an era currently where the YouTubers are taking over boxing, where we have people trying to get in on it, like Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr., Glenn McCory, of course, he was trying to do it. You got me and Heavy D, we were the first people on YouTube to interview Mickey Theo when he first called out John Fury. Absolute joker fights, they really are. For me, I'm not interested in any of this kind of stuff. But at the same time, I'm not one of these people who's going to say to you, don't buy it, this is rubbish, they're taking money out of the boxing pot and blood. They're not. They're really not. At the end of the day, the money that they make is from whoever wants to watch it. Okay, you have a choice. Click it to watch it or don't, or find other means. Now, this will be on Fight TV. Good people at Fight TV. Very, very nice. They've always been quite good to me. But I think that, listen, the event itself ain't nothing to really write home about, in my opinion. Some of you may disagree with the likes of Anderson Silva. He's going to be having his 4th professional fight, and he's going to be taking on Tito Ortiz. So for some people, that's going to have a bit of interest. Andy Vences is going to take on John O'Carroll. For me, John O'Carroll is pretty much shot to bits now, unfortunately. But this is the kind of event that you've got, obviously, with Oscar De La Hoya as the main event against Victor Belfort. But again, it's all down to the eye of the beholder. In some ways, if you're interested in this kind of stuff, then of course you'll watch it. If you're not, then you won't. Much like Amir Khan and Kell Brook. Either you'll watch it or you won't. They're not doing anybody any harm. There's not like a big worldwide pot of boxing money and they're taking money out of it. No, it doesn't work that way, okay? It really doesn't. So I don't have too much of a problem with it. If David Haye wants to come back and have an easy night's work, make a little bit of money, why not? At the end of the day, people will choose to watch it or they'll choose not to watch it. So for me, I don't have too much of a problem with it. But it's no surprise. I said a while ago after he lost to Tony Bellew for the 2nd time, don't be surprised if you see him back in the ring at some point. And true enough, here we go. Now, will this be a one-off for David Haye? I wouldn't have thought so. I think David Haye may actually make a bit of a comeback at some point. Is he ever going to go on and fight the likes of Joshua and whatever else? I wouldn't have thought so. But again, David Haye, the last part of his career, let's be honest, was a bit of a joke anyway. In my opinion, it's all one big con job because you've got, when he was supposed to fight Tyson Fury, pulled out that Tyson Fury fight due to shoulder injury. The first time was due to a cut above his eye, which I think it was Marius Wack that actually caused the cut. I forget now. But he went off for about 3 years or something, come back and fought Mark Demori. Funny enough, Mark Demori is ranked number 10 in the world, by the WBA currently. Absolute joke. Boxing is a bit of a joke at times, it really is. But then he fought that the Cobra, whatever his name was. I forgot his name now. But he fought him, and then he was straight into a world title fight with Joseph Parker. He pulled out the Joseph Parker fight to go fight Tony Bellew for the first time. I mean, bad career choices, right? But anyway, what can you do? It's all about money. And the only way that they're going to make money is if you click it and watch it, if you're interested in it. And I'm not suggesting for a second that anybody shouldn't do it. I'm not saying you should do it. I'm saying you do whatever you want to do. If you like it, click it, give it a watch. If you don't, then don't. They're not doing anybody any harm, really, are they? Anyway, my thoughts. You drop me yours. Click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you on the next video.